Dwayne, how's the week off been? Obviously, good to be back after a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, it is. Oh, look, it's been great this week, to be honest. I have something tangible at the end of the week, really. Yeah, we had a couple of days off start of last week, came back in and prepped for Benetton game. So it's been a good week. I think there's a good feeling around. Obviously, everyone's excited to play. Got the Welsh boys back in the mix as well, which has been great for us to have them back. Yeah, so it's been a long time since we've had pretty much all the squad together, really. So it's nice to get that. And looking forward, we've got two big games at home now, and sort of using this as a big statement in these two games, and using it as a little block, and then we unfortunately get another break again, But I think that for us, the 7 games of the season to go, four here, one Judgment Day as well. So there's all to play for, and look, we're excited about this weekend, really, first and foremost. As you know, I think we're a bit disappointed after the Connacht match. I think there was opportunity to win that game at times. I think that a few dodgy decisions against us as well, which always doesn't help. But I think that the boys are fairly positive, or boys are very positive about this week, and looking forward to fire some shots. Really, I think one thing we've spoken about is there's enough probably negativity and stuff around, and we just need to make sure that we enjoy these next couple of games and put on a good performance for ourselves. We know, like, the reality, Steph. We know that we're not where we need to be in terms of points on the table, but there's plenty of points to play for, and for us, it's about going out there and playing with a bit of style and a bit of like we know we can play, really.
Yeah, just confirm all your Wales Six Nations players are available this weekend.
Joe Robbs and Ryan Elias are not available. They picked up a few bumps during the campaign, so they're not available, but everyone else is available, yes.
What are you expecting from Benetton this weekend? Obviously, they've had a pretty decent season, haven't they?
Yeah, I think, look, they've been very, very good. I think they're a team that's built over the last couple of seasons really well. I think, you only look at the Italy team on the weekend, where they have 13 representatives, I think, 14 representatives. So look, I think they've been, they were second in the league not long ago, and I think that they've been, they're very competitive, very physical side, and I think, like, from my end, I'm sure they'll come after us physically. They'll wanna try and dominate us there, and we've spoken about that, and ready for that challenge, really. I think looking at some outstanding players they have, whether the Italian boys will play this week or not, but regardless, I think they've got a strong squad. There's a lot of good foreign influence as well in terms of good overseas players that sort of bulk up that Italian influence on the Italian effect on them, really. So look, I think that they'll be competitive. They'll want to come here and try and dominate us physically. But look, we're ready for that. And I think that for us, it's about, as I said, it's about going out and expressing ourselves. Like Costelow, etc. I want them to play with a smile on their face, and I want them to go out and play rugby, really. And I think that looking forward to seeing us go, really.
Yeah, you mentioned Sam Costelow. I suppose it was probably a baptism of fire for him in the Six Nations. Obviously, it's always tough, with all the pressure playing 10 for Wales. How do you think he went in the Six Nations? And obviously, because it was a disappointing campaign results-wise, have you had to sort of pick up the players a bit when they've come back into Scarlets camp?
From my end, I think, look, yes, it's going to be disappointing coming back. Look, I've been fortunate to be part of a wooden spoon campaign myself, and I think that it's always emotionally it's tough at the time, but I think for us, what I've tried to say to him, look, get back to playing and getting out what you're good at. I think from his performances, I think that he's had some really good moments. He's had moments he's gonna learn from as well. I think the weekend was hard for him. I think he was obviously on the back foot, and for any 10 that's going to be hard. And you can see that with any 10 in the world. That is the reality. And I think that from my end, I know how good a player he is, and I know how important he is for us to lead this team here. So that's my thing for him. He needs to go out and enjoy his rugby. I don't like it when I see him put too much pressure on himself, and he's got a good skill set, and I think we need to help him in that respect as well. We've been, it's not a case of mollycoddling him either. That's not what I'm saying. I think you got to give him direction, etc. But for him, people around him are equally as important to drive him through. And yeah, look, as I mentioned plenty of times, he's been a top performer for us, and he's a leader for us, and he will be a leader for us for many years.
Yeah. Can I just ask as well? I don't know if you watched the Wales under-20s game last Friday. Max Page had a very good game. A lot of people are speaking highly of him. Is he somebody that we can expect to see a bit more of? Probably next season, I would have thought. Is he somebody that's got a pretty high ceiling?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I've been a big fan of Max for a number of years now. And I think one thing, if you look at the 2 games he last played, I suppose the best thing about that is the French game. He had quite a bit of error in his game. Like, he'll say that himself. With the Italy game, he's close to being a man of the match performance the week after. So the resilience to come back from that. I also did like what I did say to him after the French game as well, was his intent is huge. He wants to beat people. He wants to show flair, and he wants to get on ball. Now, there's areas of his game, yes, he needs to improve, right? But he's 19 years old, and what I like about him, he wants to take people on, and I think we need to encourage that type of play as well. From my end, I think that it's easy to get stuck in a stereotype, robotic way, and play to shape and play to script, I suppose. But the reality is, the best players are able to take people on and beat people. That's what he has. He's aggressive as well. He's not shy away from contact. He started a few scraps on the side of the pitch, etc. But I like that because he's got a bit of edge about him, and I think that. I'll say to him, he's having a couple of days off, so he'll be back in next week. But even his intent in that French game, I know he dropped a few balls, etc. But his intent to take people on, and he looks exciting. He looks exciting every time he's on the ball. So I love that about him. Yeah, so definitely, Steph. I think he's the future of what we're trying to build here, And I think that, over the course of the next 12 months, there will see a lot of young boys in our group. And that's a massive exciting time as well. We've mentioned before so we've got some good players coming through our academy at the minute, and I think that their influence, and Max is probably at the top end of that, really, in terms of age. But there's going to be, a good crop of players coming through, and that's exciting for us as a club.
Yeah, and just finally for me, I suppose if you asked any of your fans what to pick 2 players that they'd like to keep, it'd probably be Sam Lousi and Via Fafita. Any updates on have you given up hope of keeping them, or is that still
no, we haven't
an active conversation?
Yeah, active conversation. There's no giving up hope at all, really, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be clarifying a few things on that front. But no, look, we definitely haven't given up hope on it.
Okay, thanks, Dwayne, and good luck for the weekend.
Thanks, Steph.
Signing in there.
Do you want to go, son? Sorry.
Hey, Simon, okay?
I was just going to ask one very. Can I just ask one very quick one? That's all. I was just going to say, Dwayne, this is probably the best season I can remember in terms of Italian rugby, both internationally and domestically. Are you kind of expecting, I suppose, a buoyant Benetton side to come? Because there is a sense of the game in that country being on a bit of a crest of the wave at the moment.
Yeah, I think they will be buoyant, 100%. I think that, why wouldn't they be? I think that, if you look at the work they've done over the last couple of years, both, obviously Benetton, Italy in the 20s as well. They really seem to have their structure and system right, and they are on the crest of a wave, 100%. There's some cracking players coming through. You look at Alvaro as captain. You look at Brex, Minicello in the middle of the field. He's a top Gabisi at 10. They're top quality. Crumich boy Stephen Varney at 9. So it's they've got top quality throughout their squad, and I think that from a national perspective, obviously, they're getting better every season. But Benetton as well, they've been challenging now over the last couple of years, and a very difficult team to play against. They're big men, very physical. So Yeah, so I'm fully expecting them to be on the crest of a wave, but for us, it's a great opportunity. And like I said to the boys, like we're here now, we're at home, we're going to fire shots for the rest of the season, and we're going to have a crack at people. That's what I want to see happen. I think that, I think that we've probably played in patches this year, and I think that the next couple of weeks getting the boys back will be a big plus for us. Next couple of weeks I think we'll have people like Tame Plumtree coming back in the mix, Jared Taylor back in the mix. So it's going to be we're starting to get strength in numbers again, and I think that so that's sort of our mentality. That's what I want to see from us. And I think that's what the fans want to see as well. I think they love it when we try and express ourselves, and I think that's what we'll definitely try and do.
And just on the injuries, just Ryan Elias, was that hamstring mainly the issue there?
Yeah.
And then what about Joe Roberts? What's he picked up?
He's picked up a bit of a knee after the French game. Pulled up in training last week. So look, there's a few investigations going on there, but like I'll let you know how that ends up. He's right in himself and everything, but he's not right for this game, obviously.
Okay, right. All this weekend, see you down there.
That's fine.
Okay. How extensively will the Welsh boys feature this weekend then? What do you expect? How many of them will feature at all or in part?
I think the majority will feature.
Okay. Efo'n Gymraeg wan. O ran hyder, gorffen yr chwe gwlad, mae Josh Adams i dweud ddoe bod o teimlo bod o hyder o'n isel wedi chwe gwlad. Wyt ti'n poeni rhywfaint amdan hyder o fewn y bois yn dod nôl o Gymru, dod nôl i Rhanbartha, neu dyna rhywbeth ti'n gorfod delio fo codi nhw'r syd?
Wel, dwi'n poeni i raddau, chybod, achos mae'n amlwg yn peth eitha, chybod, eitha gwir, chybod. Mae rhaid bod nhw'n isel ymwell ar adeg ar eu hyder nhw, ond i ni, chybod, mae'n mas i chwarae a chwarae'n dda, na fel ti'n cael hyder nôl, chi'n cael hyder nôl o dim chwarae. A fi credu bod hwnna'n hollol bwysig hefyd, chybod, a na pham mae'r agwedd y fi wrthos un bod ni'n cael nhw nôl ar y car mor gyntaf ni'n gallu. Mewn gêm falle dim bod mo'n gweud o, mae gêm falle llai o bwysau a gêm nhw lle ymlacio a mwynhau, a na beth fi wedi trial wneud yn wrthos un, ddim rhoi cymaint o detail yn nhw a gweithio nhw i fy mas i mwynhau'r gêm i raddau, chybod. Mae'n bwysig bod nhw'n neud na, bod nhw'n arwen, achos maen nhw'n chwaraewyr bwysig i ni. Amser ni'n chwaraewr, o'n i'n falch iawn yn mynd ôl i ware i'r Scarlets, achos o'n i'n credu, na le o'n i'n gyfforddus, na le o'n i'n gallu ymlacio yn bant o'r pwysau uchel a byddwn ni'n edrych mlaen yn fawr iawn yn mynd ôl i ware.
A wedyn, o ran Benetton eu hunan, sy'n fath o her fy nhw'n gynnig? Beth sy'n disgwyl o gêm gyda nhw, lle?
Maen nhw'n tîm gorfforol. Maen nhw'n tîm sy'n ware gyda dwyster, a fi'n credu bod nhw wedi gwella yn eithriadol dros y 5 mlynedd diwethaf i fod yn onest. Maen nhw'n lot o fforddi dda gyda nhw. Chwaraewyr da, mae rygbi eidaledd yn amlwg yn gwella bob blwyddyn, felly mae'n mynd i bod yn dasganodd i ni wrthos un. Ond ni'n paratoi'n iawn, a ni'n edrych mlaen i fe, ni gytre, ni moyn ware dwyster, ni moyn ware yn gyflym, mae'n chwarae'n ardaloedd iawn, a na beth falle, wedyn ni fel garfa, ni wedi gweud, reit, oce, dyw pethau ddim wedi bod yn gret yn Ilan hyd yn hyn, ond ni'n mynd i orffen y tymor yn ware rygbi, a ni moyn mynd mas a creu bach o momentum, a creu bach o hwyl ysbryd yn y garfan, a na beth yw'r nod.
Gyda hanner dwsin o gemau ni, llyn dros donnedd y gemau ar ôl, ydy un lygad yn edrych ymlaen at flwyddyn nesaf mewn ffordd yn barod, ac ydych chi'n edrych i atgyfnerthu'r y garfan a chwilio am posib i gael arwyddo chwaraewyr eraill? Neu...
Bendant, mae hwnna wedi bod ar y gweilch ers.
Lle fyddai chi'n offi cryfhau fwyaf?
Mae nifer o sefyllfa bod ni moyn cryfhau, mae eisiau blaenwyr yn ni fod yn onest, a ni wedi bod ni'n amlwg, mae un o ddoi blaenwr o safon uchel mas y contract yn ni hefyd sy'n gweithio arno ar y funed. Ond i fod yn onest i chi, fel at blwyddyn nesaf o dyn ni, mae un llyged falle, ond mae dal 7 gêm i fynd. Mae lot o rygbi fynd yn y bencampwriaeth yn y tymor hyn. A ni'n mynd i wneud siŵr bod ni'n gorffen ar y nod uchel. A na beth yw'r pwrpas mynd hyn. Ni moyn mynd mas a gorffen y tymor ar nod uchel. 4 gêm getre dyn ni, 2 gêm yn olynol nawr getre, 4 gêm getre dyn ni, un yn stadiwm Caerdydd hefyd, felly mae lot o dorf dyn ni'n mynd i fod a ni'n edrych mlaen at y dorf yn dod mas a cefnogwyr yn cefnogi ni'n dda.